Landlords. It has been a roller coaster of a fortnight, and today I wanted to update you with the current situation with Section 21 notices and gaining possession back of our properties if you need to. So this follows on from my last video, and just only 2 weeks ago we were being told by the government that that's it. Section 21 is banned, nobody's allowed to gain possession of their property back. But last week, the Coronavirus Act 2020 came into force, and that then has now allowed Section 21 and Section 8 to be used again. So while we think, yep, this is great, this is finally a bit of good news, it is worth noting there is some absolutely fundamental changes that you need to be aware of. The first thing is that the notice period that we used to have with our Section 21, which was 2 months, has now been extended to 3 months, so 90 days. This also goes for a Section 8 notice, which actually only used to be 14 days. So a Section 8 notice is used for rent arrears. So when a tenant is 32 days in arrears of their rent or more, you would serve a Section 8 notice, and that would expire after 14 days, and then you could apply to the court for possession. Now that has been extended to 90 days as well. So it doesn't matter what notice you want to be serving, they're all 90 days. What's also important to note is that any current notices that have been served on tenants are also suspended for 90 days. So essentially the courts are now closed. The government have said that when courts do reopen, the priority has to be the health and well-being as well of the overall community. So if you have a tenant who is still unable to move, the court may still grant an additional extension to them staying in the property if, for instance, they're in self-isolation. So it's all very much of a big unknown at the moment. But the government are also very, very clear that they strongly advise do not commence new proceedings unless you absolutely have to. And I can understand why as well. Obviously, for the health and safety of our communities, you know, people moving house, they're going to have removal people involved, and there's going to be lots of contact that might be deemed unnecessary. But also we have to think about how are the courts going to cope in 90 days time when they're dealing with the backlog of all of the suspended notices and any new notices coming in. So what I would be advising to all of you who are thinking, oh great, I can get my property back, is it really essential that you gain possession of your property back? We now have the facility to do so, but let's just take a step back and really think, is this absolutely necessary at this time? There have been industry spokespeople saying that it could take up to Christmas to actually get a court order for possession back. So just bear that in mind. Another thing to think about as well is that this legislation is currently in place until the 30th of September this year, but this could be extended. So again, just be aware of everything that's currently out there for us to utilise, but also think about the practical elements of how we should be utilising this information and how we should be interacting with our tenants. So I'll be keeping you updated as and when I can with all of the changes that are coming in. Please do sign up to our newsletter and check out our blogs. Again, there are lots of links there to the actual legislation that I'm referring to in this video. And I hope you all stay very safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.